When was the moment you knew art was good for you? Oh, sorry, what art was. Sorry, when you knew art was for you. Um, I would say 2007. I was a sophomore. A sophomore in college. Oh no, sorry, sophomore in college. Sophomore in high school. Um, I remember, I remember the day. So I had always been, um, hold on a second. I've always been like an artistic kind of person, like creative kind of person. Um, I was always doodling. Like even when I was a kid, um, I would doodle, and my parents thought it would be cool to put me into like a college-like class for kids. It didn't work out very well. I think I only went like once. Like one day, I just was not paying attention, and I was like, it just wasn't for me. Because I was like, at the time, I wasn't trying to be an artist. I just liked doodling. You know what I mean? I liked sketching and doodling and things like that. And so I would always do other things. You know, I would do on top of doing creative things like doing music and what was the other thing I would do? I would also I would do a bunch of things. I would also do sports and stuff. But like fast forward to high school. I was getting out of wanting to do music. I wanted to be a drummer in a band. I was doing like school band for a long time, and then my freshman year of high school, I did marching band, and that was when I was like, school band's not for me anymore. And then right after that, I kind of transitioned into doing like an actual like garage band, and I was doing that for a while. And that didn't pan out just because, you know, that requires, you know, a group of people to get together and make music, and I was the only one that was willing to do it, and the other people that it seemed like it was actually going to happen with, they were seniors in high school and they were just getting out of high school. So they were like, no, we want to focus on other things, we're done. And I couldn't find another group of people to really form a band. I found out some other people invited me to be in a band, but never really got it. Either was like, oh, we're gonna do this, never happened. Oh, we're gonna do this. We did like one session, and that was it. So it just basically didn't pan out. So, and I'm in high school. I'm starting to just not care about it. I'm starting to not care about high school, not care about school, because I was like, if I'm not gonna be a drummer, what the fuck am I supposed to do in my life? It's like, I don't want to be a scientist. I don't want to be like a firefighter. I don't want to be a cop. I don't want to do anything else. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And so I just kind of gave up and was just like, just kind of drifting through school for a bit. And then my parents noticed this and was like, no, like you're going to school, you're going to college. Like, for what? Like, I don't know what. I have no drive to do anything. The one thing I had drive for is working out for me. And it's like, you can't really go to school to be a drummer in a band. Like, what? So I was like, I don't fucking know. Hey, welcome back, Danny. And so I remember, like, that same day, my parents were just like, no, you're going to school, and that's that. Whatever. I got so upset, I ran into my room. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? My parents are basically forcing me to go to college that I don't want to do, and what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I'm sitting there thinking, I was thinking back to a time when I was like a kid. When I was little, like maybe 7 or 8. I'm like, I want to make video games, right? And I remember my grandmother immediately shot that down. I was like, you need to learn math. And I'm like, math? Fuck math. Never mind. I mean, I didn't say that, but you know, that was basically in my head. That's basically what I was thinking. I was like, screw math. I don't want to do math. Oh, I hate math. So I was like, never mind. So I was thinking back to that point, and I was like, I was thinking back, as like a game artist, huh? Like a game maker, like to be like a game creator. And I was like, I like to doodle. And I thought about it more, and I was like, wait, there's people that just make art, and that's all they do. And that was it. I was like, holy shit, I know what to do. I could be an artist. I could be a game artist. And I literally like this was like an hour after having that like argument with my parents. I literally walked out of my room like I figured it out. Also on Twitch we're over on a break, so when I was younger, I always felt like I wanted to quit just seeing other people's artwork. It was demotivating for me knowing that there's people better than me and what I love doing, but I kept going. Exactly. You don't want to have that mindset. It will come. Trust me, it comes with every single artist. I want to say, at least. Every single artist always has that whole other people are better than me. I still get that way. I look at my art, I'm like, my art's a piece of shit compared to like these other people. I don't care. My art is my art, and I'm going to continue to improve it, and that's why I keep going, keep finding ways to improve my art, and it gets better every single time. When I look at my art from like 5 years ago, my art 5 years ago sucks compared to now, and my art 5 years ago sucks in comparison to the stuff I was doing 5 years before that. You just keep going. As much as you will see other people's work and like, oh my god, it's so good. Like you see other people's paintings, and you see like Todd. Like for me, I saw Todd McFarlane, and I saw Tetsuya Nomura, and I saw those people with this amazing artwork. And then I go online, and I start joining these. I start kind of getting myself out there as an artist. And I'm seeing other artists. I'm seeing their work is like 100 times better than mine. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to get that far. But I just kept going, Like, if I didn't keep going, I would not have... Hold on. Let me pull up my DeviantArt back up. so I can kind of prove this point here. Like, I would not have gotten from where I started to... Let's go all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Keep going. I would not have gotten from where I was. So when I did figure it out, let me zoom out a little bit here. Wait, what? If I did not figure it out, I would not have gotten the work I did. After I made that decision, I found out that I was actually able to join I was able to join a school that had a 3D animation program. Basically, it was like for beginning like stuff. So they would teach you like the basics of a 3D animation. And so I joined that because I was like, oh, I want to be a game artist. I want to make 3D art. So that's what I'm gonna do. So and then I spent 2 years doing that. Basically, spent my junior and senior year of high school finishing up my regular classes, English, science, things like that. And then while I was doing that, I was also over at the other school learning 3D animation. And then this is all stuff I did in college. So I wouldn't have gone from where I was going into college to being in college here around this time. And then doing all this stuff. This is just progression of all the stuff I did in college. And then this is all stuff after college. And I've just been getting better and better ever since. If I didn't have that drive, that push to make myself be better, I wouldn't have gotten here to here to here to here where I'm at now. So I definitely feel the whole wanting to quit because you're like, oh, seeing other people's work and they're so much better. You gotta like push yourself past that, you know what I mean? As an artist, you gotta push yourself past, because like those people that are better than you had the same exact thoughts too. At some point, it's gonna happen to everybody. I'm never gonna get better, but they still kept going anyways. And now look at them. Now they're doing this amazing work, And it's the same thing with any really skill. Honestly, you're gonna be shit when you start. Whether you're creating animation, whether you're making video games, whether you're just doing drawing, whether you're, you're a chef, whether you're doing anything creative, you're gonna suck. In sports too, you're gonna suck when you first start, and you just gotta push past that, You're more than likely not gonna be a prodigy. Doing music too, Hope that helps. And granted, I've taken a long time You know, I'm well outside of college. You know, I'm way past. I'm like 10 years out. Yeah, actually 10 years out now from college, and I'm just now starting to get better with my art and stuff. There was a long period where I was kind of just waiting around, waiting for like a job, which is why I wasn't really improving. I was like doing a piece here and a piece there, so I wasn't really working on myself. It wasn't until I want to say 4 years later I was like, you know what, I need to get better. That's probably why I'm not getting a job. So I was like, okay, let me focus on getting better. Let me use new tools. Let me learn those new tools. Um, but I was working on the books as well. I started writing books. Um, and it wasn't until I was like, you know what, I wanted to also work on being a streamer, um, but I also want to get better. Let me do both. So um, let me improve my art while I'm streaming and kind of do both at the same time. I was horrible at first. I was terrible at first. That's, you know, we're all terrible at first, you know. It is what it is. I was showing this off earlier, but this was a drawing I did while I was in high school. High school. It doesn't look like I did in high school. It looks like I did in elementary school. Hold on. This is 2009. I was either junior or senior in high school. Drawing like this. Just took me a long time to figure it out. So I guess we could say I'm a bit of a late bloomer.